Hello everybody! This video is a bit special because I was thinking about your interest shown in the comments in concept art, time lapses and brushes, and I realized it would be awesome to see an impressive professional artist in this film using Krita for the first time. So my main goal is to open a door to a new way of creating art with Krita. I contacted Jama Jurabaev because he is really known as a concept artist and art director. He was not using Krita at this time and is very known due to his work as a concept artist in Lucasfilm. He also uses Blender and has created amazing stuff with grease pencil, so what not to try and to contact him. After a bit of time, not too much really, what a surprise to receive a notification from him. He was just telling this. So I started the creation of some of his brushes as a test. I watched his video I purchased time ago, if I remember well, in Gumroad. I created some brushes to show how Krita can mimic his style or maybe give him more than expected. I know this is a challenge for Krita, but I am pretty sure the result will be for good and improvement. Now I let you with the video. It was produced for him, but now it's also ready for you. So enjoy it. Hello Jama, I'm really happy to be talking with you. In this little video I want to explain how to use these three folders that I have here, just to be ready to use the brushes that I copy from your resources pack. Okay, so if you install Krita in Windows, you have this folder, which I have a shortcut here. Is the app data roaming Krita, and you see a lot of folders. So what you have to do is just to copy this into this place. So let me explain you with this example. So you have the presets, the brush tips and the pattern. So if you go to the brushes, just go here. These are the brush tips. So you copy the folder here, and you need to copy the Jama presets to paint of presets. Jama presets goes here, and the patterns, you need to go here and copy this to the pattern folder. Okay, verify, and this is the pattern. Now you run Krita. So now Krita is open and I create a new file and I can play already. You see there's a non-usual brushes in Krita. So if I just make a filter, just write in RM, and you see the 10 brushes that I've done. Okay, so you have the number one, it's the flat brush, and you see if you press Shift and try to draw, you are increasing the size. So to avoid that in Krita, of course, it's a very good feature because you don't have to make right click, but I know you use a lot the Shift key to constrain to horizontal line or vertical lines. So I choose here this tool, and I choose here the parallel roller, and I make click, click, and click, click, and I have two different assistants. So now I can move this point, grabbing this point, and pressing Shift, I constrain to a vertical line. So if I move here and press Shift, and then I'm constraining to the horizontal line. And you can see if I start to draw something, nothing happens, but I can see a preview of the lines that I have in this place. So I have a shortcut that activate this in the tool options, which usually is right here, the tool options docker, and if I press the key, activate the snap to assistance. So now I can play just vertical parts as you do with your sketches, and you can see it's basically the same thing, but it's not the same thing. so you have to get GS2. If you want to configure this, you can go to settings, configure Krita, and then goes to the keyboard shortcuts and look for assistance. And for the toggle assistant, I have this key shortcut to activate or deactivate, and I have this key shortcut to showing off or showing on the preview. So if you can see here, if I press my shortcut, let me check. Okay, now I can paint constraining my lines to this point, but I'm not viewing the preview. Okay, that's for this kind of exercise. So I have the best of the two worlds, because I can increase the size very easy and constrain to vertical or not with the shortcuts. Okay, if I want to move the objects as you do in the video, I have prepared this brush. It's not totally the same, because Krita manages the smooth options in a different way. But as you can see, I can move stuff as you do in your videos. Okay, if I make this bigger, I can grab, and if I want to make this in a straight line, I press the V key, and you see that temporarily it activates the line tool, which is here, V key, and then it's activated. Okay, V key, and we activate temporarily, and now we press here, and then the object moves. Okay, and as you can see, I can move in wherever angle I need for this kind of object. So if I want to constrain, I can just hit the V key and press Shift, and I constraining to the angle I want. It's a fixed angle, so I can constrain to that point, vertical or horizontal axis. Okay, hope you like it. The next tool, there are several brushes I have prepared for you. Try to mimicking your style, which I think is really good, really expressive, good blending. So maybe this fits for you, maybe not. So let me know if you think this deserves to be published as a pack. In this case, I have this, which is controllable because it's not so crazy as yours, but uses the same pattern and the texture. I don't know if you own the rights of this pattern, you created this pattern or not, but as this is a test, I'm using the same resources, the same, as you can see here. If I just search for the name and title it, and I have this. Okay, but of course you can play a lot with different patterns. For example, let me show you this. I can change to this pattern or maybe this, and the effect is totally different, and you can control the options of the contrast, and you see the preview here. Okay, so you can get different effects with different patterns, but for the moment I left as it is. We can create new patterns, of course, using different tools. As you can see here, for example, in my Krita resources, I have a lot of development creating patterns, testing generators, and I testing work in progress. You can see some of them. So creating patterns is not a problem to create something like this if you don't own the rights. As I see in the videos, you were drawing some elements like bracelets, highlights, so I think this is good for you. These are not using completely the same stuff that you were using in your videos. They are just trying to be another choice. But this is the original. I try to mimic the result. So it can be improve it, but let me know what do you think about the first impression of this brush. As you can see, there is a lot of options that we can manage in the brush editor, so you can play with them, and I'm pretty sure you are gonna get good results because you have a very good knowledge about the brushes and what they do. So the next one is the number 3 in your video. It says the dirty, but I have make another choice for the angle. You wear something like this, and I think having something like this is better, my personal opinion. But of course, this is something relative, okay? Because you are a pro concept artist with a very particular workflow, and I respect this a lot. But as you can see here, you can create a lot of good stuff. Also take in consideration to use the flow and to see different effects, because I play a lot with this, okay? And you can see the result is fairly different. If you can see the 3 sliders here, you usually have 2. You can go to the settings, configure toolbars, and go to the brushes and stuff, and look here for the slider, and usually this is here, so you can just press this arrow, selecting this to get the 3rd slider right here, and boom, you have it. Okay, so you click on accept and you have everything customized as you want. I also have created this, which is the mixer, and as you can see, it blends the color, so I can paint with red, but it has a good performance. So I have this, and I can blend with grain all this stuff. Okay, I'm going pretty fast because I know you are really busy. So this is another mixer brush that helps you to create the effect of the middle tones, as you were saying in your video. And this is the kind of blender that you can use to make things. You see the lines effect to get the gray range, and you can also modify the scatter here, and you are playing with the scattering effect to create something like this. But by default it's like yours to create only the mixed result of mixing black and white and create gray. Okay, so these are mainly the 10 brushes that I prepared for you, and I would like to know your feedback about what do you think of Krita for concept art. I am contacting other pro artists, so if you think this is a good idea, let me know. If you think more people interested, let me know. And thanks a lot for your time, and I hope you enjoy this process. Bye! If you want to share your ideas or feedback, please let me know in the comments. I am really interested. You can download the pack to test it if you want. Remember, it can evolve a bit if a lot of people of Jama is interested to get better one. If you like this kind of more experimental videos, give us a like and subscribe to the Krita channel. We are now over 7,000 and growing. Next goal is 8,000, so more content is coming. Also remember, you can help Krita supporting the project, knowing you are making Krita better and better this way. Who knows what we can achieve in the future. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video, bye!